Well, what's going on, fellow zombies? It's another dark video again. Dealing with She Must Be Obeyed, stress me out, finally settling down, thank God. It's still the 27th of October 2025, and I am a very zombied out Weaver John C. of Roseman, California. Time in Dix right now is about, just damn thing to work right. 11:37 at night. From what some people have been saying online and talking about, yeah, I hear it. The desperation and the freakouts left and right. Hell, it got even worse. I'm starting to send letters to people I don't even know. I'm sending video letters to some people I don't even know to talk about these kind of things. Because, yeah, it's getting more and more depressing in the United States of America. If we actually call it United States of America, or even America, I'm starting to call it Trump land. A lot of people are pissed off about it, but the one thing I hadn't seen is the desperation of trying to knock the ice off their balance by not knocking them off their balance physically. I am sorely tempted of giving in to what these guys want. When I was hearing that interview coming out of Steve Miller's mouth, who's really in charge of the United States anymore? Because there sure as hell ain't Trump. Steve Miller, an assistant deputy chief of the White House. I'm trying to fathom this. Nowhere in U.S. history written down or even spoken of have we ever have a chief of staff, let alone a deputy chief of staff, claim that much more power than what Trump had done to him by bestowing upon him three deadly departments we have: Justice, Homeland Security, and the War Department under him. This is like the ultimate insane asylum's wish being granted. This guy had pushed his negative crap all over to people, including his high schoolers. And I don't know if he ever went into college or not. But apparently he was so full of anger and hatred of growing up, his family must have been the same damn way. You can't develop into an angry, hurtful person unless you've already been cultivated. And Miller is. Trump had been cultivated by his family to grift people left and right and lie like crazy. He says one thing, but you got to take in consideration he lies like a son of a bitch. He's got a history. So when they start finding these people and cobble together this regime of theirs, the ugliest thing I keep thinking about is all those revolutions that happen, either in fiction and in nonfiction. Did some of them actually work out, and at what cost? What cost everything and anything we hold dear? I've got pastors trying to convince people to keep it calm, despite the fact they're getting damn near killed in the streets by fearful people who keep firing at them to shut them up. Yet they keep showing a brave face at them. I'm still reminded of the Gandhi situation back in India, back in the 40s, when he was fighting like hell without using physical violence, but trying to convince a government to let go of India. And then hopefully that India would be able to keep itself together, but eventually it split off. Gandhi damn near killed himself to stop the fighting between Hindus and Muslims before he gets killed by a lunatic. But the legacy should have lived on. It didn't. Because they're still trying to kill each other. Even both countries have nukes. What's scary and terrifying is when I heard about ICE has, or was it Department of Homeland Security, it doesn't matter which one, they got weapons that they're not supposed to. Worse off is when Miller starts saying, they all have carte blanche to break the laws because they're covered under federal. I cover it under federal. I'm like, you are not in a position of authority, you motherfucker. You think you're above the fucking Constitution of the United States and every fucking law and precedent we have, and it's your word? And the bitch of it is, we got people backing his ass up because they feel the same damn way. This is why I was fearing it so damn much and kept talking about it on my videos about a civil war. If the only thing they believe in is violence, it's just the only thing they want is more destruction. I mean, seriously, do they really want the population of the United States to go after law enforcement, to go after the military, and not just do an insurrection thing like they did back in January 6th, years ago when Trump was getting out of office and Biden was getting into office? Gee, do you remember that kind of time? It was around 2020. It was 2021 actually. They were certifying the mail. And then there were all the good people over there just doing a tour of the Capitol building. No, it was an onslaught insurrection by an outgoing fat ass who wanted to keep his job at every damn possible option, including having death, having murder, having people kill for him. And yet they get scot-free because he gets office. And how did he get in office? Because we had election results tell us that. Population may say, no, we don't want him, but the electoral math said otherwise. We're that far gone, split apart in this country, that we're damn ripe. Worse than having a mental schizo situation here. We're talking about people wanting to kill each other's throats. And this is the thing this is the idea that's farmed out on a constant basis. Doesn't matter if we happen to put people out there in the street saying, we're not going to do this, we're not going to be this kind of people. They're trying very hard to get this going on. I know there's a lot of us saying we want to impeach him. But you folks have got to understand Politics 101. There's a thing called line of succession, and it's been ongoing for decades. Creeping up in the court systems, creeping up in the governors, creeping up in the senators, and the House of Representatives, till we got a total control regime. It took them decades, but it got in. And now we got assholes saying that we're going to have him for a third term because now we're going to break the Constitution. This is what pisses me off, that people keep forgetting history, and the more I keep learning about history, and this is the thing that I face in college right now. English literature, or just literature, period, I liked. I liked reading about it, but there's things and elements that the writers keep telling us what they saw coming. And boy, we're dumber than dog shit because we didn't see it coming, did we? We didn't read, we didn't obey, and we followed through. So now we got it. Mark Twain, otherwise known as Samuel Clemens, tried to tell his own time period. about the mistreatment of the blacks, about slaves, how inhumane it was. And it was totally against some of the religious beliefs that they had back then. Hypocritical, all they are. All of them. They took a civil war, not just to free the blacks, but to set a precedent and also tell them we're united under one country, no matter how much you despise the crap out of it or you want to separate it. And they still want it to today. They still want to separate it. There's still separation calls like crazy out here. On California, we have the GOP still saying that. Every damn election cycle, they want to put up a ballot to split up California into many chunks. And California keeps telling them, bite me, assholes. The thing about democracy, it's not one party, one rule. Democracy is about many voices. And yeah, there will be a majority at this point that rules, but in a democracy, everybody's got a damn voice, including the minority parties that on some occasions, like this one, has gotten power and control and made their nest now. It sucks. I know. It hurts like a son of a bitch. Trust me, I'm feeling it. And if I have to switch in the college system from English to history because people are forgetting history and don't want to remember history. It's getting rewritten left and right. It's getting rewritten left and right. Does it piss me off? Yeah. There's someone out there that put out our video about the rest of his life now he's got to live in this kind of a fear and an ulcerous attitude. Yeah, join the fucking club, dude. We're all doing that right now. And the thing of it is what I have to keep reminding everybody, we did this to ourselves. We did this to ourselves. We made the choice and the decision. Every time we kept pointing a finger at somebody, we had three pointing right back at us. Responsibility, accountability, and transparency. But we're not dealing with it. We're not bothering with that. No, we keep blaming the other person because it's the other person's fault. Well, I hate to tell you assholes, but it's everybody's fault, okay? Get with the shit. We did this to ourselves. We lost our food benefits. We did this to ourselves. Trump's in power. We did this to ourselves. Admit it, face it. Now what do we do about it, guys? What's our next options? You guys want to go thermonuclear like Trump wants? Does he want the entire country leveled? Every city destroyed? Just what he forecasted? Every time he keeps sending these guards out, the poor demented fools or in the National Guard don't even know why they're doing this shit. But they have to follow orders and obey because that's their job. And every damn town he goes, they're all begging for me to come in. They're begging for me to come in. I had to send the military to save them. And we have everybody in the town, police, law enforcement, mayors, council people, citizens, saying, no. If you're going to save us from a natural disaster, that we welcome. But you're going to save us from ourselves? No. And what's more, ICE keeps hiring these dumb schmucks out there who just want to fire a gun and want to be bullies to people and enjoy it. Need I remind them that history has a way of biting them in the ass? Judgment at Nuremberg, does that ring a bell? Oh, did I hit a bell? Did I hit a bird? Did I hit something that makes you feel weird inside? Judgment at Nuremberg, Germany, 1940s, right after Germany surrendered. It took them some time to get a war trial going on. War crimes. It didn't matter if they were following orders or not. They still got judged. From the top down to the bottom. Because they participated in human atrocities. The slaughter of human beings. Incarceration and then slaughter. We're not talking about being killed on a battlefield. One uniform going against another uniform. No, we're talking about gathering civilians, citizens, throwing them in trains, throwing them in camps, working to death, or just kill them just for the fun of it. And then laughing their asses off. Congratulations, we keep saying it, but it doesn't matter which political side's admitting to it or not. We have it right now. And what happened in World War II, guys, against all these forces going nuts? We had people, we had resistant fighters. Back then, they didn't care. They heard about the resistant fighters. They're already going to get them nailed, but they got a lot of guns. They got a lot of people in uniforms. They'll live. They'll survive. Yeah, until Europe got invaded and all hell broke loose for over a year or more. This is the United States of America. We got nobody coming on our shores to help us out. We got to do it ourselves. And I know how much the faithful will say something else about what I'm saying. You can't follow Christ if you're going for violence. Yeah, I know that. But if I remember the Garden of Gethsemane story, there were some people taking a little bit of nips here and there before Christ had to calm them down. At least they drew blood. But this is the thing. Trump wants that blood drawn by us. He's pushing so damn hard on us by having Steve Miller going thermonuclear on people. In order to be of a faith, you have to give up everything you have to follow that faith. Now, if I happen to mention one particular word, people are going to have an oogie on this one. We already slapped another word on this one to make it an anathema to itself. Meaning it doesn't have anything relevant at this point, guys. Christian nationalists, they think that becoming that way, they can shove religion down people's throat without even realizing what it truly means. And from what I've learned from the faithful out there, including from the clergy, you have to give up every damn thing, including the impulse to go after someone. They're going to smack you up. Let's try that again. Smack you on one side of the face, you got to say, wait a second, you forgot the other side. Gandhi grew up in a culture, Hinduism, but he understood Muslim. He wanted to be a scholar of sorts. He became a lawyer. He learned more when he got into his country about what it was like to be a Muslim and Hindu. But also, with that particular religion, he had to fight his human, believe me, I understand it too damn well, and I have to learn it more and more myself. You have to bury those feelings that you want to fight back. To prove yourself in that religion, to prove yourself in that faith. To be dedicated to human beings, yes. You can speak out. You can march. But you're allowing the other side to show the pain. But what happens if they're that cold and don't care? And that's the challenge in our country, because when we grew up, in this country. We were taught rebels, we fight back. Even the Christians had a problem with that one because they wanted to be so faithful to their beliefs. Even they had a problem with it. So how does one justify through his own faith and his own beliefs of what they believe in so much? Goes against everything when they start drawing blood. This is what Trump's doing. This is what Miller's doing. This is what everyone is pushing. How far can we go without snapping back and fighting back? Even for those who are faithful. This is the test. This is the test for a lot of us who are holding on to our faith and belief like crazy. And we have to get tested, each and every one of us. We had to held onto our beliefs like crazy. And the thing of it is, it does require sacrifice of a lot of things that we are not ready to get rid of, but we have to anyway. Eventually, there's going to be a lot of things I'm sacrificing that I'm going to get rid of. I'm not going to like it. I'm not going to want it. It's going to happen anyway because it's demanded. And if I'm going to hold true to that faith, I made the choice. And I'm going to have to deal with it, and I'm going to have to gripe and grumble like crazy over that damn thing. There was a story in one particular book about a doubting Thomas, who one day heard about his person who had a lot of faith and belief in, came back from the dead. He didn't believe it until he saw the living reincarnation right in front of him. Felt the wounds. Felt the pain. Are we required to ask for that? Do we really need that? I would have to ask myself the same damn question. Maybe these are the times that tries us the most. We got off scot-free in most of our lives. But now the older generation's fading out and the new generation has to grow up in this shit. How are we supposed to be a good example to the new generation if we can't even hold up our own end? And yes, being an American, I've got patriotism flowing through the damn veins. And I got my rebel blood going crazy about it. I'm fighting against my own religious beliefs at this point. So who's going to be above which? God or country? And whose version of the country? That being said, guys,